Well, from my perspective and my training, I find that the soul is the deepest part of us. We could speak about that. Where do you meet another person's soul? You meet it in the place where the inner life and the outer circumstances meet, through the voice, through our eyes. That's where the soul is alive, and you can recognize another people's soul and gifts. And the soul knows, from my perspective, the soul knows what we have come here to do. So if we can create circumstances for the soul to step onto the stage and show us through soul encounters what we have come here to do, what our unique talents are, then it's much more easy for us to bring those gifts forward and begin to bring them alive and contribute from a deep soul level purpose.
So what is it that the soul knows?
Yeah.
We have to figure that out through life?
Yes, I think each human being, you and me and Nikolai, we all have from the very beginning of our life certain tasks, certain things that we have come here to do, but most of us don't really know what it is. I remember from my life when I was also a child, there was something that I was always interested in. And when I've grown older, I began to look back on my life and see what are the red thread, what is the things that kind of flows through my life that I keep coming back to, or that keep coming back to me. And one of the things that I recognized was that when I was young, I wanted to become an opera singer.
Yeah.
And I don't have a very big and beautiful voice. I can sing a little bit, but nothing like an opera singer. And then later I wanted to become an actress and a priest. And then when I moved on into life, I realized that, oh, there's something about being an opera singer, there's something about being a priest, there's something about being an actress, about being on this stage that keeps coming back to me. So how can my soul continually through my life keep showing up and telling me, how can you bring those talents and gifts into life, but in a way that is true to your way of being? So I realized that my contribution is to stand on stage and bring poetry on stage and contribute in that way by bringing wisdom and new insight to people through using poetry. And I also work with leaders in doing that.
Yeah, your whole group work with leaders, courses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I think soul keep calling on us to come forward and show up with our gifts. And maybe it's not always as you thought it was when you were a child and how it's going to be. So you have to stay on the journey, and you have to be with the unknown, and you have to let yourself be called, and keep listening to what is this calling. How can you move forward and always be more of you, bring more of your soul into presence,
and perhaps take a look back.
Yes,
with hindsight, what are my interests and
exactly.
and forces, and what keeps coming back.
Yeah, what keeps, and sometimes you try to run away from it because you can't face the power of the soul and what it wants you to do. It can be so confronting and so tough sometimes, what soul wants you to do. So you want to run. You want to run and hide. You want to hide yourself because the calling can be quite hard sometimes to face up to. And
do you know necessarily that it's a calling? Or could it just present itself like an idea?
Yeah, it can. In my life, it has been a bit like Rumi, who is this poet from the 12th century, I think. He says that when you do things from your soul, you feel a river moving in you, a joy. And for me, that has always been a kind of a way to navigate by this feeling of the river moving in you. Yeah. Because I really feel the river when I do the things I've come here to do, and when I feel I'm at the right place at the right time, doing what I'm supposed to do.
Then
Then I can feel the river. I can feel this happiness, this deep joy in me. Now I'm doing what I'm supposed to do.
And that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
In a sense.
Yeah, exactly. Then you do what you are supposed to do, but you also do good in the world. Is my experience.
So the only way to really feel that flow of joy is when it's for a greater cause. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
That it's not just benefiting me, but for a greater purpose.
Exactly. The deep soul calling, the soul level calling will always be both a gift to yourself, but also to the world. So you let yourself overflow with the gifts that is meant for life for other people, and that's the soul level calling.
Right. Thank you for that.